this evening. First, Ghana is gearing up for its largest international building expo yet. Set for August 8 to 11, discover how this event will showcase innovative housing solutions and position Ghana as a model for sustainability in the Caribbean. Stay tuned for more details on this exciting development. Next, detectives are probing the alleged murder of a Jamaican singer. What led to this tragic event and who are the suspects? Find out the latest on this unfolding investigation. Then, 3 individuals face serious charges after attempting to smuggle gold disguised as jewelry through Cheddi Jagan International Airport. We'll have the full story on this daring smuggling attempt and the legal repercussions. Also, in response to growing difficulties accessing foreign currency, the Bank of Guyana has implemented significant measures. Vice President Barry Jagdeo outlined the government's steps to stabilize the banking sector and meet the rising demand for foreign currency. Learn how this initiative aims to address the ongoing challenges. And finally, Boeing has successfully launched 2 astronauts to the International Space Station, marking a significant milestone for the company as the second private firm to achieve this feat after SpaceX. We'll have more on this historic mission and what it means for the future of space travel. All this and more are coming up on tonight's podcast. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for June 7, 2024. I'm Bibi Backus. Thank you for joining us. First up, the International Building Expo 2024 was officially launched at the Ramada Princess Hotel on Thursday, promising to be the largest yet. Set to take place from August 8 to 11 at the National Stadium, Providence, the event is themed Building on the Foundation of Sustainability and Unity. During the launch, Minister of Housing and Water Colin Crowell emphasized the expo's role in showcasing innovative housing and construction solutions, positioning Guyana as a model for the Caribbean and South America. The event will gather homeowners, potential homeowners, and businesses from various industries. Minister Crowell highlighted the government's commitment to sustainability and affordable housing, noting that over 1,067 houses have been handed over to new homeowners, with over 1,500 nearing completion. He encouraged participation from local and international suppliers to meet the demand for sustainable materials. Minister within the Ministry of Housing and Water, Susan Rodriguez, emphasized the significance of Silica City, Guyana's low-carbon, climate-resilient urban project, which will feature prominently at the expo. The dream realized, house lot allocation and title distribution will be a central feature, benefiting thousands of Guyanese. With approximately 500 exhibitors expected, the expo aimed to provide a platform for entrepreneurs and businesses to launch and expand. The event has grown tremendously, with visitors' numbers increasing from 100,000 in 2022 to 120,000 in 2023. The private sector also benefits significantly, as highlighted by the chairman of the Private Sector Commission, Komal Singh. Updating a story we brought to you earlier this week, Guyana Police Force has released the names of 3 individuals who were caught attempting to smuggle over 200 ounces of gold through Cheddi Jagan International Airport. Dil Jarvis has more details.
3 individuals have been charged in connection with an attempt to smuggle gold through the Cheddi Jagan International Airport. The trio, 44-year-old Eon Jacobs of Plantation Best West Coast Demerara, 52-year-old Shamina Ahmad, and 34-year-old Ashana Samale, both of Roraima Scheme, West Bank Demerara, appeared in the Diamond Magistrates Court on Thursday, June 6, 2024, to answer to the charge. They are facing serious charges of exporting gold without a license under Section 8 of the Guyana Gold Board Act. Despite their pleas of not guilty, the court has set a substantial bail of 600,000 Guyana dollars. Additionally, Jacobs was required to surrender his passport to the Diamond Magistrates Court and report to the clerk every first Friday of the month, while Shamina Ahmad and Ashana Samale are to report to the clerk every Friday pending the outcome of the matter. Customs officers, supported by the Ministry of Natural Resources and the Customs Anti-Narcotic Unit, seized approximately 240 ounces of gold disguised as silver-plated jewelry from 3 passengers attempting to board an American Airlines flight to New York on June 5, 2024. The gold, valued at over $560,000 was confiscated and the suspects handed over to the Guyana Police Force. The case has been adjourned to June 18, 2024 for further proceedings. Reporting for Headline News Update, Dale Jarvis.
Thanks, Dale. Detectives are investigating the alleged murder of Nevar George Barton, a 29-year-old Jamaican singer residing in Sophia, Greater Georgetown. Barton was reportedly killed around 11:45 a.m. on Thursday at his home. The suspects are a 37-year-old taxi driver from Sophia, a known friend of Barton, and another unidentified man. According to Barton's 19-year-old girlfriend, they were home when she heard a knock on the door. Barton asked who was there, but no one responded. Looking through a window, they saw the taxi driver and another man. Barton went to see what they wanted, and an argument about money ensued. She then heard 2 gunshots and found Barton lying motionless with a head wound. The suspects fled the scene. Emergency services transported Barton to Georgetown Public Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Police recovered 2 9mm spent shells and metal fragments from the scene. The taxi driver has been arrested and is assisting with the investigation. The body is awaiting a post-mortem examination at the hospital's mortuary. Stick around when we return. Mining pit collapse claims life of dredge owner in Arakaka, and Bank of Ghana takes action to address foreign currency challenges.
Experience more than award-winning speed.
Way more.
Get the best that LTE has to offer on Digicel, officially the fastest mobile network in Guyana. Ookla, the company behind Speedtest, recognizes Digicel as the best mobile network in Guyana. With the best LTE experience and the fastest data speeds, experience it all with Digicel, the award-winning network for everyone, everywhere.
Good girl, forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. Here's credit. And today, all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, five spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you wanna know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, jerk seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radical went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
The Father's Day Cultural Extravaganza is here again. Yes, It's dedication to Daddy 5, a father's dream too. Featuring Marissa Morgan Bonney, Romel Edmondson, Keisha Sam, Delisha Wright, Simone Dowding, Jolyon Harry, Colin Ambrose, Mosa Telford, Frederick Minty, Antoine De Silva, Ryan Hadley, Creative Arts Dance Troupe, and others. On Sunday, June 16 from 8 p.m. at the National Cultural Center. Tickets are $2,500. Directed by Sharon Cadogan Taylor.
See clearly with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Current smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Mill Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Welcome back. In response to growing difficulties in accessing foreign currency within the local market, the Bank of Guyana has implemented significant measures following discussions with commercial banks. Vice President Dr. Barry Jagdeo revealed this during his weekly press conference on Thursday. Jagdeo highlighted the rise in demand for foreign currency, primarily fueled by import activities and other financial transactions, which had resulted in prolonged wait times and a notable gap between supply and demand in the banking sector. He emphasized the government's vigilant oversight of the banking sector and its commitment to intervene when necessary. Regarding the timing of the intervention, Jagdeo clarified that while the market had been resolving itself, there were still challenges, particularly for importers. The government closely monitors the availability of foreign currency in banks and their overall demand to ensure stability in exchange rates. Guyana's import expenditure for 2024 has exceeded $5 billion, with a significant portion originating from the United States. According to the latest exchange rate updates provided by the central bank, the buying price for US is $207.98, with a selling price of $210.45. The buying and selling prices for Canadian dollars are $152 and $152.76 respectively. Euros exchange rate is reported at a buying price of $225.89 and a selling price of $228.79. In other news, tragedy struck in Arukaka, Northwest District, Region 1, as a 35-year-old dredge owner, Dunstan Fraser, known as Timothy Fraser and Mineral Boss, lost his life after a mining pit collapsed on him on Wednesday. Fraser, a resident of 5 Miles, Arukaka and Victoria Village, East Coast, Demerara, was engaging in jetting the walls of the mining pit alongside 2 employees when the incident occurred. As the walls began to crack, Fraser instructed his employees to reduce the pressure of the water pump. However, during this process, the pit's wall collapsed, trapping Fraser underneath. The Ministry of Labor's Occupational Safety and Health Department has initiated an investigation into the incident. Chavez Daniels, the Occupational Safety and Health Officer responsible for Region 1, is leading the preliminary investigation to ascertain the causes of the incident and propose preventative measures to avoid similar tragedies in the future. Minister of Labor, Joseph Hamilton, reiterated the importance of maintaining safe and healthy conditions in workplaces and work sites to ensure the well-being of workers. He extended heartfelt condolences to the family, friends, and colleagues of the deceased. Don't go away after the break. China-Pakistan relations, economic corridors, hopes to link nations, and attacks in Al Jazeera state. RSF accused of village attack that killed 100.
Not a single bar of service.
Not with us. Digicel officially has the best mobile coverage in Guyana. Ookla, the company behind Speedtest, recognizes Digicel as the network with the best mobile coverage in Guyana. Be it in Aishalton or in Etteringban, we got you covered.
Digicel, the award-winning network for everyone, everywhere.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. He is Credit, and today all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, white spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinate, soak for all you know nothing with Pepe's green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, jerk seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with Pepe's barbecue sauce. Radhika went to the supermarket and she papa buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Pepe's has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Pepe's, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
The Father's Day Cultural Extravaganza is here again. Yes, it's dedication to Daddy 5, a father's dream too. Featuring Marissa Morgan Bonney, Romel Edmondson, Keisha Sam, Delisha Wright, Simone Dowding, Julian Harry, Colin Ambrose, Mosa Telford, Frederick Minty, Antoine De Silva, Ryan Hadley, Creative Arts Dance Troupe, and others. On Sunday, June 16 from 8 p.m. at the National Cultural Center. Tickets are $2,500. Directed by Sharon Cadogan Taylor.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Current smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Middle Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. The Bahamian government plans to construct at least 5 hurricane shelters capable of withstanding Category 5 storms within the next 2 years. This announcement was made by the Bahamas Managing Director of the Disaster Risk Management Authority, Aaron Sargent. This decision follows the devastation caused by Hurricane Dorian, which highlighted the inadequacy of current shelters, which are often schools. With an exceptionally active hurricane season forecasted, featuring 17 to 25 storms and up to 7 major hurricanes, the government is prioritizing resilient infrastructure. Funding is being sought from regional partners and the UK, with a shelter in Central Pines, Abaco, already under construction and expected to be ready by the end of this year. Internationally, Sudan's army chief has promised a harsh response after an attack by the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces left more than 100 people dead on Wednesday. A group of activists in Wad al-Nur village says the army did not respond to cries for help when the attack was being carried out. Al Jazeera's Felix Inyawara reports.
Final prayers on an open field. A somber mood in Sudan's Al Jazeera state. The people here prepare to lay to rest dozens of their fellow villagers. They say the dead were victims of an attack by the Rapid Support Forces, whose raids came in 2 waves of heavy artillery fire. An official says women, children, and the elderly were among those killed. Pictures from Wad al-Nur first emerged on social media, along with these ones showing a convoy of armed fighters. The RSF confirms operating in the area, but claims it only targeted 3 army camps on the town's outskirts. But analysts say civilians are often caught in crossfire.
The RSF is looking into areas in which there are some so-considered Islamists. They consider the whole village as a target.
In the wake of attacks on Wad al-Nura, Sudan's army chief visited the survivors. While largely a welcome figure, some say the army failed to answer calls for help. Despite failing to contain the RSF, General Burhan remains defiant.
We will continue this battle. We will not submit, nor will we retreat or surrender until they lay down their weapons. This battle will definitely end with the victory of the Sudanese people and the victory of the Sudanese armed forces.
The UN says widespread fighting has exacerbated what it's called the world's worst internal displacement crisis. At least 7 million Sudanese people have fled their homes.
The situation in Sudan is a catastrophe. The country is facing a hunger and malnutrition crisis. The World Food Programme is doing everything it can to scale its operation. We aim to reach up to 5 million people, but even that will not be enough.
Amid calls for investigations into attacks in Al Jazeera, humanitarian agencies say shelling of residential areas, looting, and systematic obstruction of access to aid is accelerating the looming threat of famine, further compounding Sudan's multiple tragedies. Felix Nyawara, Al Jazeera.
Meanwhile, a mountain crossing nearly 5,000 meters above sea level is revitalizing a remote region of northern Pakistan. It's part of a $62 billion development project called the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Al Jazeera's Kamal Hardy reports.
Welcome to Sost, Pakistan's northernmost dry port, just 45 minutes drive from the border with China. Truckers unload their cargo, dry food items, clothing and car parts before making the return journey. For many people living here, the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor has increased trade and tourism.
Prospects look favorable with the corridor's success. China plans to use it as a transit route for Afghanistan and Europe. That will benefit our area and help stabilize Pakistan's economy.
The Karakoram Highway links China to Pakistan's new port in Gwadar on the Arabian Sea. It's a part of China's ambitious Belt and Road Initiative, an extensive network of trade routes that will connect Asia, Europe and Africa, and it will also provide Pakistan with an overland link to China's markets. China has already invested $30 billion in the project, upgrading roads, communication networks and infrastructure. However, environmentalists warn it entails its own risk.
Karakoram, Hindu Kush and Himalayas, it makes a very complex and very fragile mountain system. For any kind of large-scale trade, you need to have very wider roads. Wider road means more blasting of rocks and mountains, creating more fragility and disturbing the whole ecological setting.
In July, a special Chinese envoy visited Islamabad to launch the second phase of the project. It includes the modernization of Pakistan railways and the setting up of special economic zones to help boost its industry. China has completed a 6-lane highway on its side of the border, but experts say that until Pakistan's political and security conditions turn a corner, it will be difficult to judge the corridor's future prospects. The new trade link offers countries like Afghanistan, Iran and Saudi Arabia a way to avoid the lengthy sea route. At nearly 5,000 meters above sea level, this is some of the most treacherous terrain in the world. But both sides are keen to keep the corridor open, saying the benefits outweigh the challenges. Kamal Haider, Al Jazeera, Khunjara Pass, Gilgit-Baltistan.
Finally, the U.S. aerospace company Boeing has launched 2 astronauts on a mission to the International Space Station, marking a first for the company. It's only the second private firm to do so after SpaceX. Al Jazeera's Colin Barker reports.
A new spacecraft, a new rocket, and a seasoned crew are headed to the International Space Station. Boeing has waited a long time to send humans into orbit, and it joins a very small club. In 2010, then U.S. President Barack Obama promised a bold and risky new idea: to transform the nation's 50-year-old publicly funded space program into one that relies on private companies for space travel.
In order to reach the space station, we will work with a growing array of private companies competing to make getting to space easier and more affordable.
14 years later, the companies in the U.S. space race include some new startups and many old titans. Boeing is a space veteran. The company was involved in the Apollo program half a century ago and was just one of two to be awarded the task of transportation under Obama's new mandate. So it built the Starliner, but the craft has only flown to the space station once, and it's never carried people. Starliner flies on a United Launch Alliance rocket. That's a partnership between defense giant Lockheed Martin and Boeing. Along the way, other players have made big promises too. Bigelow Space was supposed to build habitats for space stations. It collapsed in 2020. Virgin Orbit hoped to deliver satellites by plane. It folded in 2023. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos' company Blue Origin started selling short trips to space for the wealthy in 2021, and it's hoping to see its own mega rocket lift off later this year. But the one that promised the most has over-delivered. SpaceX, led by Elon Musk, was a startup in 2010. Today, it delivers most of the people and cargo into space, controls the most satellites, and is testing the largest ever spaceship. All of these depend on substantial government support.
The space economy is more a speculative economy than it is a real economy. Everything that comes from the space economy, as we understand it, is mostly, Earth-based. So most of the time, space companies aren't actually making profit off of space-based activities or going into space. It's mostly military contracting.
With Starliner, Boeing tallies a much-needed success amid business troubles back on Earth, and NASA can claim a new partner as it aims for the moon. Colin Baker, Al Jazeera.
This brings us to the end of the regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 30-minute forecast. And that's Safe TV 2 Headline News for this Friday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. We will be off for the weekend, but you can tune in on Monday at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.